All right, what's up, everybody? Look, I want to give you an update on Book of Meme. It's one that we've been talking about a ton this weekend just because it's the talk of the town, going absolutely nuts, bringing so much liquidity to the Solana ecosystem, so much excitement, so much more hype. I mean, it's been insane. And of course, when you guys want to see things, I'll always update you on those things. And today we're going to talk about what's happening with Book of Meme. As you can see, its price has now fallen to around 0.015, putting its overall market cap at about a 35% loss from that all-time high that it put in right around that 0.028 level. And so, of course, because of that, many people are wondering what's happening. Is this the end of the run for it? Is it too late to be buying, etc.? And so hopefully I can kind of answer those questions for you today. So let's get started. So looking at this thing here, you guys know I'm a firm believer that technical analysis, it shouldn't be too applied to meme coins, but the bigger the meme coin gets, the more applicable it can be. But even then, in a more general sense, it's not something you should rely on. But what we can do is use the chart to just get an idea of what it's doing. And it does seem to be pretty clear to me, and it is telling me a couple good things. So what we can see is that, of course, it made that first crazy ass run within a few hours, absolutely smashing upwards before melting up and, kind of making this pretty sizable staircase to the upside. Now, obviously that was the peak euphoria for this thing, especially once we got up to this point. Peak volume, peak price. That's a beautiful mixture, obviously putting in the all-time high currently right here. Now, the thing about it is, since then, we have seen this thing kind of slow down a bit, right? And I want to immediately say that this is something that should be noted, because when you look at something like CoinMarketCap and you see that fall, 32% within the last 24 hours, you may immediately think, oh, well, it's dead. But what you need to really consider is that it ran up so high that even a 32% pullback right now still puts it at over $800-900 million. And it's really not that much of a pullback. It's really not much of, that much of a pullback or cool down or whatever it may be, capitulation, because at the end of the day, it ran so much so fast. And what's interesting right now is that it hasn't fallen more. That's what I will say. So let's talk about some of the bullish things. Bullish thing number one is that it's not fallen more than it has right now. Because in my opinion, something that runs this far, this fast will almost always get smashed back to the downside. It'll either turn out to be a rug pull, or people who are buying even here and here and here and here, they're out. They're going to get out. They're going to take profit. And the only reason they wouldn't take profit is if they got greedy. But greed can get outlasted by time, right? And because of that, generally, people who maybe wouldn't have taken profit right here or here or here, by the time we get here, or maybe even where we're at right now, that greed would have started to turn into anxiety, and that anxiety would have caused them to pull out, right? And so the fact that we're seeing Bome still maintaining and kind of just holding that level a little bit, going sideways, not doing too badly over the last day or so, is a very good sign in my opinion. Now, again, I'm not someone who even holds any of this. I was working on one of my rentals whenever all this happened, and next thing you know, it was just way too high in my opinion. And so I'm not even speaking from a point of bias. I'm honestly just saying this looks like a good thing. And so honestly, because of that and because of where we are right now, it does seem to me as if it could pull a Sheeb or a Myro or whatever it may, let's not even use Sheeb as an example. Yes, let's use Myro or Bonk or whatever it may be in order to make that move, because you guys have seen, let's go, Bonk CoinMarketCap. You guys have seen that there have been times where Bonk, for example, has made those rallies. Let's set this low. There we go. It'll make those rallies. Let's go to the 1 year. And then maybe it does pull back, but then it consolidates and it stabilizes and it'll make another run to the upside, right? It's a very similar thing to what like Myro did. Let's go out to Myro. You can go look here, okay? Yeah, Myro did have that first immediate pullback, and you guys remember when that pullback happened, everybody freaking out and all this crazy stuff, and then it stabilizes, and then it finds some support, and then it can continue. And what we're seeing from Bome right now tells me that even if its price does pull back a little bit, the stabilization we're seeing around this all-time high could easily last into some type of consolidationary, point or time frame that does eventually lead this thing to look for another continuation to the upside. Will it be a 20x? Probably not. Will it be a 50x? Obviously not, in my opinion. Not right now, at least, but it could easily double again. It could triple from here. It could hit that 5 bill, 10 bill, just because it's one of the biggest meme coins and the fastest growing meme coins we've ever seen before. And so I definitely wouldn't be discouraged by the fact that we are seeing its price kind of go into this little consolidation time frame that we're seeing right now. Now, another bullish point that I do want to highlight before I talk about a couple bearish points is the fact that we did see this thing actually creating very, very strong chart structure. And like I said before, would I rely on charting and technical analysis for a meme coin? Absolutely not. But one thing you can't do is ignore it. You can't ignore it. You should at least look and see if anything interesting is happening. And you can see what happened here. It was not just a euphoric straight run to the upside. It was actually building foundation, building support, and building liquidity. It would make these moves where it would go, let's actually make this just a little bit bigger. It would go in, right? make resistance, come back down, establish support, break out, Fibonacci extension, hit resistance, back test that previous point of resistance into some type of support level, then break out above that, come back down, flip that previous point of resistance into a support level, break out, come back down, flip this previous point of resistance into a support level, break out, come back down, flip that previous point of resistance into a support level, building this, stability, building a foundation, building up this liquidity all the way up. And so in my opinion, based off of what we're seeing right now, because it has built up so much liquidity in terms of support and resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, even if its price does continue back to the downside at this point, even if it does continue down to some of these lower levels, there's so many points of support that are going to be sitting under it that even if it does fall, 30, 40, 50, 60%, I genuinely believe, yes, it could pull again, like I said before, a Miro or a Bonk or whatever it may be, find that type of support and look to continue to the upside. I genuinely think that could be on the table, but obviously at the end of the day, it's not no guarantees because it is a meme coin. But even at the, even to that degree, right? Even to that degree, right? There was that one crypto that we've been talking about an absolute shit ton on the channel, Tips, right? Let me actually get this pulled up. Tips was one of our meme coin top picks recently, as you guys remember. And you guys saw what happened with that, right? It alone has seen multiple times now where it breakout, come back down, stabilize, breakout, come back down, stabilize, breakout, come back down, stabilize. Like, and this thing's only what? Looking at a $3 million market cap. So we're even seeing some of the smallest meme coins on Solana's chain doing things like this. And so to me, when you look at something like Book of Meme, I definitely wouldn't say that this makes it too late to be buying. But like I mentioned before, I would definitely be cautious. Now, the reason I would be cautious is because one, general market sentiment shows that the little meme coin rally we're seeing right now could be coming to an end soon. We're starting to see outflows from meme coins. We're seeing that cycle restart back to, Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance going up. And so obviously because of that, I surely would be careful knowing that this little meme coin season could be coming to an end, and Book of Meme breaking an all-time record for meme coins could be that blow off top moment, right? That's possible. The second thing I'd also say is that it's a Solana meme coin, and Solana meme coins have a history of dropping 60, 70, 80% because this is a new ecosystem and people are a little bit worried about it, right? People aren't so, it's not Ethereum, it's not BSC where they know it's going to be okay, it's going to last. These meme coins can make it. People aren't really all too confident just yet. Miro and Bonk and them are giving them some a little bit more confidence, but we're not there yet. And so knowing it's a Solana ecosystemic token, we need to be a little careful knowing the history of those things dropping 50, 60, 70% like that. And so when you combine those two things, again, there's that to consider. You also consider the fact that it is a meme token. It's not something that there is no guarantees it's going to be here in a month. There's no guarantees that it's going to be here in a week. There's no guarantees on it. It's not a utility project. It's not something that genuinely provides utility, at least right now. And so knowing that and being aware of the fact that there's nothing that holds it into this market except for the fact that people like it goes to show that under the right circumstances where the market falls and then meme coin season really starts to come towards an end and then this thing starts to pull back, people could start to get out and it falls 90%. That is possible. And so although there is a possibility that it can stabilize and continue this move, it cannot be guaranteed. And I definitely think because it's at a $800 to $1 billion market cap, buying it right now is pretty risky, especially considering you're probably at most going to get a 3, 4, 5x on it, maybe, like at most in the short term. And I think knowing that, it's just a pretty big risk to take. And so I wouldn't be, kind of YOLOing my whole bag in. I wouldn't be throwing every dollar I have in. I would purely just maybe be picking up a little bit just to see if it does stabilize and continue like a Miro and like a Bonk did, but not betting an entire life savings on it. And that's kind of my opinion. So no, I don't think it's too late, but you surely should be a little bit careful. And if you are up to 10x, 20x, I do think now is a great time to be taking profit. But as I mentioned before, I will continue to update you guys with updates. I'm neutral on this thing. I don't even hold it back, so I have no bias. I just hope to see it do well from that regard because I love Solana and I love seeing Solana tokens do good. So let me know down in the comment section below your opinion. And again, just remember, I'm not speaking biasly. I'm just speaking from a perspective of someone who's been in the Solana ecosystem for years. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.